feel unmotivated, you've been in a slump, and maybe you haven't reached your goals this year, it is time for a rebrand. People often daydream about being their best selves, hitting all of their goals and reaching their full potential. But then the next thought is, well, I can never do that because I'm not that person yet. I'm not the type of person who would reach all of those goals. Well, good news, bestie, you can become that person, and this is your guide to doing it successfully. We're going to be talking about how to do a complete rebrand and manifest the life that you truly deserve. If you're ready to let go of the old you and to embrace the new and improved you and glow up from the inside out, this is the place to be. Let's get started. Change needs to come from a place of love. When we're trying to improve and we're trying to become a better version of ourselves, it is so easy to hate the old version, to think she was so weak, she was letting people walk all over her, she just wasn't doing good. But we wouldn't be here without that past version of us. Like, I'm only here because my past self decided to sit down in front of a camera and talk even though no one would watch her videos, even though she was afraid of being seen. And that's why I am grateful to my past self. She had to get uncomfortable for me to even be here. And I'm changing, I'm improving, I'm reaching my goals because that's what she deserves. She worked hard to get me here. I'm gonna work hard to get myself even further. And that's the mindset you need to have. Yes, maybe in the past you weren't the best version of yourself. That is fine, you can love her anyway. That person that you were in the past learned things, experienced things, and as a result, you are the way that you are today. Even if you're not where you want to be yet, and you're not in the best situation, be grateful for that person, for keeping going, for putting in the work, for learning, for improving, for getting you where you are today. Change needs to come from a place of love. And if you keep hating your past self, you end up hating yourself for things that you've done in the past, and that will lead you nowhere. To start a rebrand, you need to think of the person you want to become. You have the power to create your dream life. You have the power to create your reality. The way we think literally changes our reality if we choose to think positively, if we focus on things that we're grateful for, we see more things that we're grateful for. If we're always negative, we will always see the things and think about the negative things in life. We have a choice how we view life. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. You need to think about who you want to become and be convinced that you are able to become that person. The best way to do this is to journal. Take out a piece of paper and write who you want to be and get into all of the details. I think it's best to start with a bigger overview of who you are, what you generally do, what values you have, how you carry yourself, how your confidence is, and then get down to the specifics. What habits do you have on a daily basis? What is your routine like? What is your work week like? In Google Calendar, you can have multiple calendars. And I have one that says my ideal week. That's the week of my dream self. And I try to make my current week match that as close as possible. And that makes it possible for me to reach all my goals because that's how I close the gap between where I am and where I want to be. Also think about what mindset this person has. How would her closest friends describe her? Is she kind? Is she compassionate? Is she confident? How does she deal with situations? What people does the ideal self hang out with? Someone's friends tell you so much about them. So if you determine what friends your ideal self has, it also shows you what type of person she is. Does she put up with bullshit? Does she let people cross her boundaries? Is she friends with people who disrespect her? Well, I guess no. But you need to think about this. Overall, when you are creating your best self, you're thinking about this future version of yourself that you will become. You need to be fully aware that you are in charge of your life. You are not a victim of your circumstances. No one owes you anything. Life isn't unfair. It's not bad. Just because bad things happen doesn't mean that you are a victim. Things happen anyway, and we need to stop allowing them to just happen to us and be helpless and just say, okay, well, I'm in this situation and oh well, what am I about to do? To take charge of your life, that's what you're gonna do. Things are in your power. You have so much control of your life, and that is such a good and a bad thing, because if you rise up to the challenge and take control, you can create your most amazing life, you can achieve all of the things you've ever dreamed of. But if you refuse to take charge of your life and you just surrender to your circumstances and let things happen to you, you're just gonna be there forever. Let's talk about manifesting. I actually wanted to do a whole video about this. I might still do it. I used to not be a big fan of manifesting. I thought, why would I write down things? What do I believe in manifesting? And I've come to realize that I was wrong. There is a really, really important role of manifesting in our life. Even if you are a rational person, even if you don't want to believe things that you cannot fully explain. For me, the most important part of manifesting is learning how to trust the timing. Because when we're trying to change our life, we get started, we start working on some goals, we build new habits, we build new routines. But the result doesn't come instantaneously, and it is so easy to let yourself get discouraged. Manifesting shows you that you need to trust the timing. Things are gonna come when they're gonna come, and you need to be fully convinced that whatever work you're putting in will pay off. It will pay off in the best way, at the best time, because that's how things happen. It is impossible for us to know how the universe works and what things are going to happen in the future in our life. But one thing I've learned, and I've learned this through the hardest of times, the hardest things I've ever experienced in my life have taught me that you may not know why things are happening, and it's not for you to know. We cannot control external circumstances. We can only control how we react to those. By believing that there is a timing and good things are gonna come, we are making our life easier. You are showing to the universe whatever power you believe in, and that you will be grateful for things and celebrate things as they come. And you will see hard times as lessons and good times as things you should be grateful for. The beauty and the magic of manifesting is not writing someone's name 50 times on a piece of paper and putting it under your pillow to manifest a text from that person. If you want to believe that that works, that's not something I would personally do. I'm not against it. Honestly, everyone should do their thing. But manifesting for me is truly the simple concept that I put in the work today, because I know that this best self exists already in the future. And by me putting in the work today and building healthier habits and showing up as my best self every day, I'm getting closer and closer to that person. And all of my goals, all of the things that I want in life will come with time, and they will come at the correct moment when I'm ready for them and when they're a good fit in my life. Change is not easy, and it shouldn't be. I think there's a reason why it's tough, and we need to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Sometimes things that are bad for us feel more comfortable than good things, which is insane, right? That's a complicated thing with comfort. Comfort is an illusion. The goal is not to be comfortable, the goal is to grow. We cannot get anywhere without being uncomfortable. And we need to accept that change is not easy every single time we want to change something in our life. That comes with feeling imposter syndrome, feeling like we're out of our depth, feeling sad for the life that we lost. But you need to let go of things in order to get better things. It is okay to miss people, to miss places, to miss your life, your old life, as long as you don't let it tempt you and go back to that old life that made you miserable. Comfort is not the goal. We need to be in this zone that is a little bit scary when we are outside of our comfort zone in order to get stuff done, in order to reach our goals. Everything you've ever wanted is outside of your comfort zone. So if you feel scared about going out there, that is fine. That is what change feels like. It feels scary, it feels uncomfortable, but you need to do it. Just because you feel uncomfortable doesn't mean it's a bad thing. Your best self is different from my best self, probably. It's different from someone else's best self. But one thing that everyone's best self, everyone's future ideal has in common, probably, hopefully, that person doesn't let anyone walk all over them. She doesn't let anyone disrespect her. She doesn't let people cross her boundaries. She's comfortable with saying no. You need to start saying no to things that don't serve you in order to get a better life. Things that don't serve us hold us back. We waste so much time and energy on people, situations that upset us, that make us feel stuck. Why would we do that? Your best self knows how to say no. And this is what you gotta learn. You gotta start doing that as well in order to become your best self. Let go of all of the BS that is in your life. All things serve a purpose. Some things make you happier, and some things teach you stuff. After you learn the lesson, go. There's nothing holding you back. If someone disrespects you, if someone refuses to accept your boundaries, goodbye. If you are doing something on a daily basis that you know is bad for you, let it go. Do everything that is in your power to stop doing that thing. It is literally holding you back. And you deserve a good life. You deserve to be your best self. But that can only happen if you're ready to let go of things that don't serve you. Lastly, and most importantly, now you know what your best self does on a daily basis, how she dresses, how she shows up, what her mindset is like, what she does, what she doesn't do. The only thing you need to do now is to show up as that person. In any situation, you can ask yourself, what would my best self do in this moment? Just do it. Just literally fake it till you make it. That is the only secret. That is the only thing you actually need. You need to know who you will become and then just show up as her until you will truly become that person. So the least you can do today, yes, this day when you're watching this video, is to live your entire day as if you would already be your best self. You got this. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.